Okay, we're back. We're talking about cause and effect, which is an important reading comprehension skill, often tested on reading comprehension tests like the GED or the HiSET. So we're on the back of our handout, number 6. Now we're looking at longer paragraphs, and these are different from the exercises we looked at a few minutes ago because they are set up the way they would be on a reading comprehension test, like the GED or the HiSET. So we'll see how this looks, all right? Look at number 6. A lack of rain and snow is horrible for farmers. With no rain, their land dries up, and it is very difficult to grow anything. When the crops fail, the farmers haven't any choice but to get a second job in order to make the money they need. Farming is a full-time job, and with a second job, farmers are overworked, stressed, and even depressed. Many farmers end up selling their land. Some farmers have become involved with the government program called the Conservation Reserve Program, or CRP, in which the land is left idle for a certain number of years. So if the land's idle, it's not working. In other words, they're not planting anything. They're leaving the land unplanted. While the land is under the control of the CRP program, some farmers are able to take the outside jobs that they need. Okay? So, now we have 2 questions. The first one asks, which of these is an effect of the Conservation Reserve Program? Which of these is an effect? So, in other words, which of these is a result? What does the Conservation Reserve Program cause to happen? That's the cause. Which of these is an effect of the program? A, farmers are overworked and stressed. Well, if we look back at we remember we read that in the passage, but if we look back at the passage, we see that in line number 4, about halfway through, if they have a second job and they're farming full-time and they have a second job, that causes them to be overworked, stressed, and even depressed. So it's not the Conservation Reserve Program that causes them to be overworked and stressed. It's farming full-time and having a second job. So that answer won't work. B, many farmers have to sell their land. Okay, we remember we read something about that in the passage, but look back and see what is it that caused them to have to sell their land. If there's no rain and they can't grow anything, the crops fail, they have to get a second job, right? And they're overworked and stressed, so they sell their land. So it's not the Conservation Reserve Program that causes them. This selling their land is not a result of the Conservation Reserve Program. It's a result of those other things. Those other things are the causes. C, farmers have time to work outside jobs. Okay, so look back. If they belong to the Conservation Reserve Program, they're leaving their land idle. So when they don't have to be planting their land, they're able to take outside jobs. Okay, so they have time to work outside jobs. That is a result of them participating in the Conservation Reserve Program. So that answer would work. D, the land dries up and it's hard to grow anything. So if we look back, what is it that causes the land to dry up and make it hard to grow anything? It's a lack of rain or snow that does that. It's not the Conservation Reserve Program. So here the only answer that works is C. Farmers have time to work outside jobs. The second question is the reverse, not the effect of something, but the cause of something. So which of these is sometimes a cause of farmers having to sell their land? A, the government program called the Conservation Reserve Program. So if we look back at the passage, that program is not what causes farmers to sell their land, according to what we read in this passage, right? What causes them to sell their land is no rain or snow, so they have to work farming and a second job. They're tired, they're stressed, That causes them to sell their land, not the Conservation Reserve Program. B, is this a cause of farmers having to sell their land? Years in which there's little rain or snow. Okay, now, there being little rain or snow leads to they're not being able to grow anything, leads to maybe they have to get a second job, leads to maybe being overstressed and tired, leads to selling their land. So this could work, okay? Years in which there is little rain or snow could be a cause of farmers having to sell their land. C, the farmland lying idle for several years under the CRP program. Okay, so remember, the CRP program is not the cause. They're leaving their land unplanted as part of the program. That's not the cause of them selling their land. That's actually a help, right? If they go with this program, they can get another job. They can get by during the years when there's little rain or snow. So that is not a cause of farmers having to sell their land. D, farmers becoming stressed and depressed. That also leads to them selling their land, right? Now, so we have two answers here that are kind of right. B, years in which there's little rain or snow, and D, farmers becoming stressed and depressed. Now, if I have to choose between these, remember I'm looking for the best answer, and there being little rain or snow could lead to their selling their land, but the more immediate thing that leads to selling their land is they're becoming stressed and depressed. Okay, so that's a better answer than B. D is a better answer than D, so that's why we would choose it. Okay, and number 7, 8-year-old Mark frequently expresses his dislike of school and reading. He continues to read at a 2nd grade level and is behind his classmates in the acquisition, the gaining, of knowledge expected from a 4th grader. He's a 4th grader reading at 2nd grade level. In interviews with the child, he has stated that he never reads at home and spends most of his time watching television. Because he's so far behind his peers in the classroom, he's embarrassed to show his lack of reading skills for fear of ridicule. He's afraid they're going to make fun of him. It's easier for him to act out, to behave badly, right? Thus distracting others from his deficiency in reading. He displays a low level of self-confidence and appears to have given up trying. Okay, and now again, we've got 2 questions. I'm going to let you think about them. The first one asks, what's the cause of Mark's bad behavior? Look carefully back at the passage. Think about what the cause is. All right? And then which of these is an effect? What's a result of him reading below grade level? Look back at the passage and carefully think which one of these is an effect. All right? Okay, that's it for today. Thank you. See you soon.